Hey guys, Mike Sygula here from truththeory.com. Today I want to talk about failure. The way we look at failure in society as something that we should be ashamed of or something negative. But if you think about it, failure is just a part of life. You know, when you're a child, you want to learn how to walk, you will fail over and over. This is just a part of the process of learning. If you want to learn how to write or read, you will fail over and over until you learn your craft. If you want to be an athlete, musician, an artist, the whole idea of learning your craft will require trial and error, which means you will keep failing over and over, iterating and improving. So we forget that this applies to everything we do in life, almost everything. So for example, our relationships, finding your loved one, things like running a business, changing our habits, learning new skills. We have to go through the process of learning, which will often require failing and learning from mistakes and improving. And by trying things out, you actually keep learning a thing. And that applies to almost everything we do. So we need to change our approach to failure. The way we look at failure from that negative side, instead of being ashamed of something that didn't work out the way I wanted, or I failed at something, we should look at it as a part of the learning process, as a part of the learning curve. So once you change your mindset about failure, you don't think about it the same way anymore. You've just treat it as something that is a part of the game, the part of your process, the way you do things in order to get you to where you want to be, or to help you to learn what you want to learn. So when you fail, you actually spend time on thinking about the problem, thinking about what you've done wrong, and it helps you, hopefully, to not make the same mistake again in the future. So it's like a feedback mechanism. So think about failure from this side as well. You see, one of the big problems I see all the time around me is where people want to start something, like starting a business or maybe developing some skill, learning something, and they try one time or 5 times and they fail, and then they give up. You know, they often have like some kind of idealistic view about what they want to do, the way it's going to work out. Like, you know, I'm just going to try it, it's going to work. And it turned out that it's not the way things work, you know. So very often the process of succeeding at something requires many attempts, many failures. And by failing at something, you are crafting your craft. You basically are getting better at something. Keep trying and trying and trying. And, you know, it's just a part of the learning process. This is the way you should approach failure. And remember, there's no such thing as overnight success. That really doesn't exist. It's a myth. Maybe maybe there's gonna be like one case in a while when someone was super lucky, but in 99.9% of the cases, there is a whole probably couple of years before that where someone's working extremely hard at something, and normally we don't talk about it. We just look at the tip of the iceberg. You know, we look at the success. We don't see everything that was happening before that. So if you want to be really good at something, you will fail over and over, and just get used to it and be okay with it. There are no successful people out there who would not fail, sometimes like hundreds, if not thousands of times. And that's just a normal thing. So whenever you fail at something, try to not be ashamed of yourself. Instead, Try to think about what you can learn from the situation, what you can do to not make the same mistake again in the future. Have you failed at anything big in your life, and what did you learn from it? I want to hear from you. If you could leave examples in the comments below this video.